Alright folks, it's time for another episode of the Jiggee Jon show, and now I'm in Pantai Hill Park. Haven't been here in a long time. This is episode 13, and it's time to bring out another songbird. It's been a while since we've had a songbird in the car, and it is the amazing vocals that we're going to hear, hopefully, of Elvira Arul. Yes, come on in.
Hello.
Aha! The mademoiselle has made an entrance.
She has.
Yes, yes.
It's been a while.
Howdy doody.
Alright. Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is good, yeah.
Yeah, we're right in the spirit of Merdeka and Malaysia Day, and
Happy Merdeka, by the way.
yes, happy Merdeka.
Happy Merdeka, you guys.
Although this is gonna drop next week, so it'll be more.
Happy Malaysia Day!
Yeah, yes,
That's
exactly. So how are you doing?
Okay, for the most part, it's been quite a ride.
Quite a ride,
yeah.
So I was just thinking about it on the way here, and I'm like, technically, given how I met you, and then suddenly you jumped into showbiz.
Suddenly, yeah.
No, because you know, I mean, when we were kids, I never knew that one day you would go into. I didn't even know you sang to begin with.
Yeah,
not then, right?
No, I was. I was
Really?
singing for all our Iska stuff. What?
Okay, I don't remember that.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
So when did you actually start singing well, professionally, that is?
Okay, so I go with professional as in my first paycheck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that would be like being paid to do what I do, right?
Yeah.
So that would be college. One of actually one of the boys that you know, Andrew, gave me a job. And he was
Which
like,
Andrew?
Hey,
Andrew Anthony?
yes. And
Define.
He goes, Define, yes. And he goes like, hey, you, because we were doing the singing by the staircase of our college.
Really?
DJ that will
Which college was this?
Shit, I just said a name. Olympia.
Ah.
So we'd sit on the staircase. So for those of you who know Thrifty College, blood 50s.
50s, yeah.
That's how old we are, right?
Cots Mammoth.
Cots Mammoth. Before Cots Mammoth, it was 50s there.
Exactly.
So with the pool table at Cyberjacks.
That's right. Oh,
it.
Cyberjacks.
I know, right? Yes. So yeah, Cyberjacks. Shout out to all the humans who know what Cyberjacks and who it is. The place. Anyway, so we used to sit on the staircase there, downstairs next to sides, and somebody will bring a guitar, one couple, and then one fella will start a song, and then we'll start a song in between classes, that kind of shit.
Right.
And yeah, that's how it all happened. Crazy, right?
So then when did you...
So he came and he just went like, hey, y'all doing nothing, right? Might as well, I've got this gig coming up. Let me give you a show, put together a band. Here's the thing, da.
Yep.
Do the gig. So I did the gig. I thought, okay lah, I'll help him out. That time he was just starting out. And,
what repertoire did you do though?
Oh Lord in heaven, I can't remember. I think whatever I knew, whatever the band knew.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Probably like Tina Turner and I don't know. Shit, I grew up on Beatles, Stevie, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Who were your band boys though?
For the love of me, I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
College mates or external musicians?
I think college mates. I'm pretty sure it's college mates. Maybe one or two fellas who were also gigging at that time. I don't even remember who the rest of them were.
So did that gig then open your eyes that, okay, you could do this?
Yeah, literally. So he came 2 weeks later and he gave me a check and goes, nah, fill it up. Huh? What is this? Do I get paid? I'm like, ching! That's the beginning of it all. Because starting off, I wanted to be a soldier. That's what I wanted to be.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I know,
Did you even try?
No, because my eyesight was shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so at that point in time, I got turned off on it because my eyesight was really shit and I kept breaking things. So I was like, you know what, this is not happening. And then I went from ASCA to sound engineer because I liked sound.
Did you study it?
No, I didn't. But eventually I dated many people who were engineers, so I guess I studied it indirectly.
But what did you do in college though?
PR, I did journalism.
Because we kind of lost touch around that time.
Yeah, that time we really lost touch. I think
then
you
we
were...
only... I was... Yeah, I mean,
you were doing your thing and I was doing
we only
my thing,
reunited years later. Actually.
Much years.
That's also only because
20s.
Yeah, that's true. No, well, maybe 20s because I kind of knew that you were in the scene.
Yeah.
Weren't you at one point... was Rodney and Colin working with you?
As in Fuse?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was working with them because I was doing a lot of jingles for them.
Right. No, because I think at one point they were managing you, no?
Colin,
Kinda, sorta?
Chinese Colin, not
right.
Pereira, yeah.
Yes, Chinese Colin.
They weren't managing me because Colin kind of left Fuse.
Okay.
And
Sorry.
started his own.
Yeah, because
No, it's
I'm
okay,
I'm trying to get my facts. I remember there was
It's fine.
something along those lines. I know Resh was in the picture. Maya, you.
Yeah. So
Anna
Resh started
Khan.
his own. Resh is in Resh Monu, by the way.
Yeah.
He started his own talent management, talents, and then I went up, was one of the first people he signed. Him and Colin started it actually.
Okay.
And that's how everything went on. And by that time, I was already with my studio. So I had my recording studio with my then partner, and yeah, so it was just a whole bunch of things.
Right.
Yeah.
So when did you cut your first album?
I still haven't.
Oh, you
I've got
haven't.
singles.
Oh, singles. Okay,
Yeah.
when did you do your first single then?
Oh, good lord, 2008.
Okay, how many
Yeah.
singles have you done?
Officially 2.
Okay. Are
The
you
last
ever?
one was literally this month.
Are you thinking
I am
of
for
doing
sure,
an album?
for sure. I've
mean-
wanted to for the longest time. Before this, I've got the songs. I've got some songs anyway.
Yep.
Whether as musicians, we all have the half song. So
Yep.
I've got a lot of half songs that I've not actually dedicated time to finishing.
Yep.
But we couldn't do it because as musicians, we literally live hand to foot per se.
No.
We at that point in time anyway. It was whatever came in was going to bills, sorting out your life, whatever you needed to do. So I tried to
Yep.
on a couple of occasions, but that didn't quite materialize. And I'm kind of glad in
Right,
a way because
right.
it led me to do other things.
Right.
But then last year competition, so that was fantastic. And then after that, I got working on music, and I'm glad my dad got to hear the single before it dropped as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much been it in a nutshell.
Okay, so I mean, it's just that everybody knows your vocal proneness with regards to just the range of music that you can handle. So I was just literally thinking about it as you were talking. Like, it's funny that you've not actually, dropped an album or something. Do you write though?
I do some. Well, I try. Yeah.
Okay.
The first single was mine. The second single that was just released, what month are we? September. In July, was not mine.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done collaborations with a
Yeah.
lot of people. So some of that is mine, some of that is theirs, and then I just drop my vocals, and that's pretty much been it.
So at which point did you decide that this is going to be a full-time career versus like maybe practicing PR or even
So I went into copywriting from journalism. So I was still doing journalism on the side. I was doing ads and all that, but I went more into copywriting.
Okay.
So that was for the longest time. When I was busy with copy, I wasn't busy singing, and when I was busy singing, I wasn't busy with copy.
So how long ago is this?
Ooh, that's about maybe 8 years, 9 years, 8 years. Yeah.
Okay, only
Easily 8 years. Yeah.
Okay. So before that you were
Before
still
that, I was
juggling
still
both.
doing both. Yeah, very much so.
Right.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah,
So only about what, 2010?
2010 full on. Yeah, 2010. I was still doing copy as well. Yeah.
So anyhow, what got you to being able to boom, like I'm gonna go full time music?
I don't think it was a conscious thought process. I think it just went, okay, less copy, more songs. Okay, let's do it. Whatever pays the bills in that sense.
Of course,
when
of
you're
course.
20s, it's all about paying the bills and sorting yourself out, and that's pretty much what it was for me.
Yep.
I didn't think beyond that.
Yep.
Parents were getting older. I was supporting everything that needed to happen, I guess.
Sure.
The usual adult
Being,
hamster wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's pretty much how it was.
So I mean, how's that transition been now 9 years later, almost a decade later?
Wow.
Have you even thought about like, oh man, I didn't realize it, but I'm doing it now full time and I'm following my heart's desires and chasing the dream?
No, not really. Like you asked that question, I'm like, wow, I don't think I actually made that conscious switch.
Yeah, it just happened.
It just happened. It just really when you're meant to do something,
Correct.
It'll naturally happen. I wasn't allowed to do by my family sound engineering because you're gonna come back late. Girls come back late, not such a good thing, right? And what time do we finish our gigs? What time do we finish?
It ended up being the same thing.
Same shit. Yeah, it's the same thing. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be. Like I wanted to do sound engineering, and I have enough of not to say that I'm an engineer. Oh, far from it. But I have enough lingo, jargon, and experience to be able to have a conversation with an engineer.
Right,
so
right.
I'm very, very blessed in that sense.
Right,
because I love it. So
of course.
chose to. Do
I guess I've never actually spoken to anyone who's a stage personality, to whether they understand the ins and outs of the guys at the mixing board, you know.
Oh,
It's interesting, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes
it's bloody brilliant. And
we thank them, but we never think about it.
oh yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
I guess because I know how much work goes into it, especially when it's a hard room. Let me explain hard room. When it's a room that is so
The acoustics are just not
bouncing.
working in your favor. Yeah.
Like everything is just peaking at different frequencies, and it becomes painful to the listener's ear. So
Yep.
that's a hard room.
Yeah.
That's a really tough room to engineer. And I really take my hat off to engineers and soundmen who have enough experience that they can work those rooms. So yeah,
Well, you know what?
definitely.
I think that's a hell of a shout out. I mean, to all the sound engineers
Yeah, for
out
sure.
there, to all the guys in audio engineering
Yeah,
and music. I mean,
yeah.
big props to them because I
Definitely.
mean, I work with my guys as well. Me just emceeing, but you know,
Hey,
I
it's not
think
just MCing, you run the show, dude, seriously.
true. But I
I've
mean,
been at enough of your shows.
yeah, but we need to give a huge shout out to those boys,
Sure,
right?
Definitely. I mean, the guys who handle the lights, that handle everything.
Yep.
Because it's a big thing. Like everyone says, you know, it's the frontliner. Hey, no.
Yep.
No. It's everybody. Because
Yeah.
if the lights are not right, the frontliner doesn't shine.
Yeah.
If the sound is not right, it's not going to sound nice.
Yep.
It's a collaborative effort.
But you see, how many people actually kind of take I mean, I would say point attention to these boys, you know, and girls.
Yeah, girls, yes, definitely.
Not enough artists give enough homage to the boys behind the scene, you know.
I guess
You know what I mean?
they do, but they maybe don't like.
Yeah, because you know, without them, we can't hone our craft, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't keep doing what we're doing and look good.
Yeah.
With all of them just making sure that we look good.
Yeah.
Or even covering for us sometimes.
Yeah, it takes a village when you think
No,
about it. It
true.
definitely
Straight up.
takes a village, yeah.
So I mean, what would you put it out there to budding singers? I mean, like so you're following your heart, right?
Yeah,
You're definitely following your heart.
Definitely.
And the Benjamins follow.
Well, yes. We would like to hope
we always want
Yes.
more Benjamins to
Of
come
course,
along, but
yes,
you know,
yes.
the thing is, you've not walked away. You're sticking to your guns.
Yep.
So you know what keeps you going?
I think because, and this is something I shared with my dad when I was growing up. It's like there's a part of me that has a story to tell.
Yep.
That feels like somebody else's story needs to be told.
Yep.
So that's the storyteller that I am. I feel the need, not just for speed, but to tell the story.
Yep.
To really just get anybody's story out in that sense, you know, like when you listen to songs, or even when you read stuff, or for you know, just getting in a machine that is built for speed, you want to let that machine go.
Yep.
Otherwise, it just, you know, if it's underpowered, you're not even using it to its, not even full capacity, but just using it. Same difference. Like to me, I hear a song, and when I hear that the story hasn't been told, for example, or hasn't been told to its full capacity or full depth, then I want to sing it. I want to do that.
Yeah, because when you put your touch to a song and how you interpret even a classic, and then when Elvira does her thing, everybody's like, man, you just took it to a whole nother level.
Oh, thank you. That's
You know,
very kind.
but that's really what it is, right? That's why that's what we enjoy. No, that's what we enjoy about what you do, because you like a lot of the other lovely ladies and gentlemen in the industry. But what is nice about you guys is you take it, you own it, and then you kind of give it. So that's where the passion comes forth. We can see it.
Thank you.
You know, you're not just singing dryly for the sake of singing and waiting for your paycheck,
I know.
but you gotta put your heart and soul into it, right?
Yeah,
and I think that's what it is. So what would you advise budding musicians, or the next gen, or the current gen of you know, inbound talents and artists? Like, you know, what's your takeaway from how long have you been singing now? 20 years?
About that.
About there?
Yeah, about that.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
At least since your first paycheck lah.
Yeah,
Coming up on 20 lah. Soon, not yet. Let's do some simple math.
Yeah,
Come on.
No, seriously,
actually, no. 20 already,
20 plus. First paycheck.
19?
97?
Yeah, so
or
there you go.
98?
22 years? 21
Yeah,
years?
21. Wow, I'm the girl.
So that's the thing, no? Same because I know I started clowning at 97, you started,
Yeah.
so we obviously started our showbiz careers at the same time.
At the same time, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was the paycheck, obviously.
Yeah, at that point in time,
Yeah.
It was whatever.
So
it was
yeah, what
needed.
would you put out there for anyone in the industry, especially, you know, the next gen, the next batch of singers and musicians and whatnot?
I think it's sincerity. I mean, if you depends on what you're in it for. Some people are in it for the glam. Sure, go with it. That's fine. You know, it's honest.
Yep.
If that's your driving force, go for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if yours is to is to tell the story. Then tell it to completion. Musicians, and I'm very grateful, I've had a whole slew of musicians that are ridiculously fantastic, and who are international musicians as well. Malaysia Boleh, we really have a lot of great talent. So I like that these guys have, you know, sat me down whenever I've asked questions like, how was it? Was the delivery of the song okay? Did I hit this note? Did I tell the story? And the one thing that I got from some of my seniors is serve the song. And that has
serve the song.
Serve the song.
Wow.
It's not
like
about,
what? Like a tennis serve. Like serve it.
Like serve it. Like
give it your best shot.
Give it your best shot.
Strike an ace.
Correct. And it's not even just strike an ace. It's also like, what does the song require of you? For a song like, for example, and I love this song, Bonnie Raitt's I Can't Make You Love Me. That song does not require flower, ad-lib, or R&B lines in any way. At all. That is a story song in its classic form.
Okay.
You just need to tell that story. So if you're sincere enough and you actually tell the story, then that's it. You know, you don't have to do anything beyond that. So I guess to me it's serve the song. What is the story of the song? If you don't understand the story of a song, it's fine. Find out from someone who's gone through it, or find out from somebody else, or study. You know, this entire generation is so blessed because when we grew up, we had to, if we needed to know lyrics, this is what we had to do, right? We had to record it on cassette. And then we'd have to rewind, play it right, play it right, play it right. You know, we didn't have, yes, we had dial-up, hard ass thing. We had dial-up, but we did not have click of a button information.
That's true.
So use it to your advantage. You know, you need to find out what the song is about. Google it. What is the story of the song? You can find it. It's already on Wikipedia. It's on, you know, you've heard her talking about it on YouTube. You've heard her, there are interviews of Bonnie Raitt talking about this. And when Miss Raitt talks about her songs, she's amazing. She tells you the story behind the song. So, you know, you don't have to do anything else in that sense. Everything's done for you. But do your homework. Due diligence. Very important, that one. Very
cool. So what is your absolute favorite song? You've mentioned Bonnie Raitt.
I love Miss Raitt.
But do you have an absolute favorite that you just, every time you do it, it just still sends a shiver down your spine?
Oh, wow.
Do you have a particular favorite?
Ray Charles, Georgia, Etta James, At Last. These are the two that I have done, as Hiresh will say, I've done to hell and beyond. There's no more story to tell already. I milked it, you know, nicely. So those two would be the ones. For a while, that was my go-to. And even when we went for the jams.
How did you choose those songs?
I don't think I chose them. I think they chose me. Like they just sat with me, and when I sang that story, somehow or other, I just resonated with it, and it sat with me, and I think when I was growing up, it was Summertime. Mind you, it's 2 verses, right? But that song took me at least 2 years to memorize. So funny.
Wow.
I know, I'm so bad with memory when it comes to lyric. But you give me music, like I'll know. Hey, that just now, before that pre-chorus, you played the wrong chord. Maybe the inversion is, you know, I'll do that. Because music, I like, tak boleh cheat lah that one. But like, you know, lyric,
So here's a fun question. Like, given the fact that you do this for a living, do you even go, or do you even attempt, or do you try karaoke? Because you know, the everyday people do that for fun, you know. They do that to let loose and unwind.
God, it's I think I've been for karaoke. Is that what you said? I've been to the KTV lounge maybe I don't know, 3 times in my life.
Oh really? And with who?
The last one, because I needed to prepare for a show. Was with my sister Dina. And we went to the KTV lounge so I could hafal my lyric for the songs that I was going to do, and like listen to the original and work on the songs. So Dina was like, Kak, I know where we can go. We go to the KTV lounge and we karaoke the crap out of these songs. And we were there for like 3 hours, just, you know, doing song after song after song on my repertoire.
You're joking. You were practicing in a karaoke joint.
So that was the last time I did it. But prior to that, I think maybe 10-12 years ago.
Wow, because you know the everyday people, everyday
people,
you know, and then it just makes me wonder whether you guys would be caught dead in a karaoke joint simply because, you know.
It depends on who, I guess. Like I once accidentally went with a bunch of friends. They were like, I hadn't gone, so I went with them. And you know, after a while, I was a little bit uncomfortable because they all were like, hey, you sing lah, I don't want to sing. And then you sing lah, so it became like
you were singing. You're a human jukebox lah.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
Maybe not so nice lah.
No, but I mean, if you're hanging out with like mates who just want to let loose, then it's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Then, you know, and then I can let loose because that will be the only time that I get to sing off key or off tempo or off anything, and like really just let it go.
So
otherwise I can't.
Who have you done like amazing duets with that really have resonated with you? I'm sure you've done duets, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Some of the most memorable duets that you've done.
Wow.
Any come to mind?
I love doing Empire State of Mind with Joy.
Oh, okay.
I love doing The Prayer with Peter Ong. He's our premier male opera singer, tenor by the way, who travels the world.
Huh.
He does. Yes, he does.
I've never seen him before.
And then you should. He is fantastic in his element. Fantastic, really. The Prayer
Does
with
he
him
do
is
a lot of stuff in Malaysia? I haven't.
Well, he does. He has a production company called Pan Production with Ali Zakri and Nell, and they do stuff every year. So he's generally in most of the productions.
Peter Ong, huh?
Yeah, but you should hear him do his element, which is arias and operatics. They are amazing. They're really, really like goosebumps. Like really crazy.
Where did
so
he
I love
train?
Singing. Oh, I can't answer that question.
I'll probably have to get him on the show one day. I have to get him on the show one day.
I know he's trained with Chatilia. I know he's trained with, oh Lord, a lot.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to hook me up with him.
Sure, no problem.
No, because that'll be totally different, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you guys do all the stuff that I guess a lot more people can relate to, and then suddenly you got that, opera. Cool. So him, and then anyone else?
Joy, him. Oh, of course, singing with Dina is always a pleasure.
Okay.
Because we just know what and where.
Right. Any other male?
Off the top of my head. Oh, I once did something with La Ahmad. Such an amazing vocal. La Ahmad from VE. Shout out to that boy. To me, one of my most favorite vocals ever in Malaysia. I mean, we are blessed with many awesome male singers, but La is some kind of special, that boy. Yeah.
Is he still doing this?
He's still singing, yes he is. But you know, he's doing it slightly different, and that's a conversation that you can have with him one day.
Yeah,
he's, oh my god.
When were you on Mentor? I remember you were on Mentor.
As a participant or as a coach?
No, as a coach.
Oh, as a coach, that was with Hazama's team. That was a couple of years actually.
Right.
So I was there for Hale and Indah and Aisha's a year.
Okay.
And then I was there for Uchop and Uchop's turn as well. So maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't still run it, do they?
They do.
Mentor's still going on?
They're back on now, yeah.
Season
back.
Season what?
Season, I cannot tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
But so this season, it's Azama, Ernie, Akim, Stacy, and Black, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's always nice that, you know, the local scene is still being, you know,
definitely,
you know, it's kept alive.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Yeah, at least, you know, you're garnering out new talent, you're trying to guide them, you're paying it forward the way we were guiding.
So what's next? Like, I mean, what else is in your periscopes? Like, what do you have in your mind and what are you working on? And
singles, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm also working towards a travel show, so...
Oh, what, a singing travel show?
Yeah, sort of.
What, like hosting it?
Yes. And also producing it, so I have an idea and I'm working on it.
With a station or on your own?
Currently, let me shoot the pilot and then we will talk about who picks it up.
I never saw you doing that.
No, it's just
How did that come about?
I don't know.
Like the travel bit?
Dad, again, you know, my dad was my biggest supporter, so he'd always go like, that's a nice idea, you should roll with it.
Right.
And, you know, that was 5 years ago, so I spoke about it a couple of times, but somehow things, when you speak about it, it might not feel like it's sitting quite well.
Yeah.
And then certain things fall into place and go, this is the time to do this. And that's pretty much what's been happening. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, travel show is okay.
Yeah,
so I mean, when are you going to shoot the pilot?
Before the end of the year, so probably before November, if all things go well.
So are you doing this yourself or with like a professional?
I've got a few friends that are helping me. Thank God. So I mean, shout out to all our friends who have helped us get to where we need to get.
Yeah, oh hell
yes, definitely.
So are you doing it like a YouTube concept or?
That was the plan initially, but I think we're kind of moving away from that. But let's see how it goes first. Let me shoot it and finalize it. But I definitely am in the process of curating my YouTube content to, you know, get stuff out there because I haven't been doing.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and time, I mean, case in point, you know, you being on the show and this is a YouTube show, podcast. So, you know, you might be a podcaster soon.
who knows? You know, at this point in time, I just say I go where the wind goes in that sense. But you know, there is a plan.
So what gives you greatest joy?
Oh, storytelling, definitely.
Through music?
Music, art, dance, anything, as long as it's storytelling.
Okay.
It can even be as simple as painting something or...
You paint?
Well, no, I actually manipulate metal, so I love doing that.
No.
Yeah, I love playing with that, yeah.
Wow.
That's my rough hands.
Have we seen anything?
I think the last time I was in exhibition was... maybe about 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
We did 2 rounds at White Box, yeah. It was quite cool.
Where's all that stuff now?
In my house.
Serious?
I mean, some has gone to a couple of people who've actually purchased stuff, so yeah.
You have really got a creative side to you, huh? I never knew existed.
I try. I think it's that ants in my pants thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just figure it out and okay, I've got free time now. What shall we do? My hands are itchy. Let's figure it out.
So how do you de-stress outside of this then? Is there a form of
clean and cook?
Oh really?
Yeah, I love to clean and cook. Yeah. I love to do that.
So then you should do that. You should do a cooking show while you're singing. Think about that. Like you could cook up a mean dish of sorts, and just hit the octaves, and then the food just goes. That could be an idea,
That actually, yeah.
That makes more sense than the travel bit.
Yeah. Well,
because I mean, well, you could do both, but I could completely see you as this hell of a chef while singing till the cows come home. And having a blast and then feeding us, and we're just like everybody's over the moon.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea.
So you could do private kitchen with singing and cooking.
Yeah.
And pair it with the right wines.
Yes, of course.
And then you can auction off your twisted metal later. No, think about it. That's a hell of a show.
I think I like that name, Twisted Metal. That's a really good name.
No, but think about that. You do private kitchen, you cook, you sing, and then you could literally sell off a masterpiece that you just did not long before that.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
I mean, if you have time for that. But the cooking and the singing could work.
The cooking and the singing would actually work, yeah.
You could actually do a private kitchen and be a full-on singing chef, like the real deal. I mean, if your food is good,
yeah.
I have to try first, lah.
Yeah, of course. But
what do you like cooking though? What kind of cuisine?
I like, you know, as Roja as I am as a human being, my food is also as Roja as that. I love whatever's in the kitchen, just figuring it out from there. I haven't done my lasagna in a while, but I do this thing that my dad used to like. Is my parents actually? It's bolognese but with curry, like a curry style bolognese.
So speaking of singing, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh no.
Can you just do an acapella for us? Because I think anything that comes to mind, I wanna show them that, you know, at the end of the day, putting you on the spot and you're just picking it up and you're ready to go. Because I know you got it, you're just oozing it. So anything that comes to mind. Although technically I wanted to carpool karaoke with you, but then I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know, but Elvira, you know, the songs that I had in mind, nah, she's got to do what she does best, which is, and that's what you do. I'm sure you got anything that comes to mind, and I'm sure a cappella is just like a walk in the park for you.
Okay, something that maybe isn't, my go-tos are all, you know, the slit wrist. Let me try something that's not
No, hey, it doesn't matter. So folks, this is Elvira Arul, and I'm literally putting her in the hot seat, and she seems a little flustered, which is great, because normally the woman's just like, let's do it. So now we're gonna hear live in me carpool.
Okay.
Cruising Federal Highway. Let's go.
I'm gonna go with a classic, okay? Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you.
God damn, sister! She blew it out the water straight up. No, really? I really think that's a hell of an idea.
It is. The cooking.
Because you know private kitchens, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard of those?
Yes.
They have that in Malaysia these days. A good buddy of mine does it. So if you're looking for a place, he's a chef. Jeff, shout out to Jeff. Probably need to get you on the show too. Down the road, by the way.
Oh,
Bangsa
really?
Heights.
Oh,
like
really?
straight down, and he does private kitchen. So imagine if you tied up with him, and then you could share his kitchen, and then you do the singing as well. That could be
actually.
Jeff. We're gonna have to sit down. We're gonna sit down with you soon.
Soon.
So he's a self-taught chef, by the way.
Okay.
Did it on his own after he retired and all that.
Yeah.
So, but no, I didn't know you enjoy the cooking bit.
I do. Yeah, I don't.
You should try that.
I don't do it as often.
No. But
like
imagine how super cool that would be.
Yeah.
And then your cameras are rolling, and then you just do your thing, and you cook and you sing, and then I think that's pretty magical.
I think that would be pretty cool, actually.
That could work.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you give it some, I mean, I don't know if anyone's doing it though. I've not heard of it. At least not in town.
No,
so,
definitely not in town.
I mean, we're happily
That
talking.
is an idea.
Yeah, we're happily talking in public.
We haven't, yes.
You know, but how many chefs can sing? You know, do you know Darren Theo from Devakan?
Yeah. Dude, we're not in the same group together.
I was gonna say but maybe you know, who knows, we forgot everything. So
Darren
can you imagine? So can you imagine? So Darren cooking, you singing, and then
why not Darren?
me acting the goat.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
But I really think you should act on that. You know.
Okay.
The private kitchen thing, I think, is a hell of an idea.
It is, lah.
And you do bespoke because only 6 to 8 people.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a bigger.
Yeah.
Oh Lord in heaven, Kaka.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, you know. Yes, definitely. We should do this.
I think that's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Why not?
So, what do you want to just put it out there to folks before we wrap it up? Because I always try to keep it tight these days instead of talking till the cows come home.
Yes, which we can. Knowing both of us.
Exactly. We can do that off cam.
We can. Yes, we can.
What would you put out there to just, you know?
I think seek your passion, no matter what you're doing, and if you're doing whatever you're doing, make sure you do it with full heart.
Yeah.
Because it will pay off. You might not think it is now, but it will eventually pay off. And also, for those who have been supporting me, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I am very grateful for it.
Yeah.
Especially last year with the competition and everything else. So thank you for that. I think that's about it.
I'm really looking forward to an album, you know. But I think it's high time. It's high time. Come on. I mean, with the stuff that you do and your vocal range, it's like, girl, what the hell are you doing? What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Are you waiting to turn 80 or what?
Lord, I'm already turning half of that.
That's what I didn't want to bring it up, but since you put it out there, you know, so the point is, I mean, you're as matured as any wine's gonna get. What are you waiting for?
I don't know.
I mean, that's my challenge to you because you know, I've watched your career.
I'll take it.
So I think it's high time, no?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not gonna write your own stuff, that's fine. Get you know, a good writer.
Yeah.
But I really think it's high time you cut an album. You know, it's like how Gerard Singh's song made it on the billboards, right?
Yeah,
so I mean, I'm telling you, us Malaysians, there's so many world-class guys.
We do have a lot.
Girls and guys here, all of you. I mean, just even hearing Russell last time, I'm like, you know what? It's crazy. We have world-class singers here.
We have awesome.
We don't have to go any further, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like top-notch. If I put together, I mean, even Asera Percussion Unit was playing last night, and I love those Attest, you know, I mean, they all have a special place in my heart. I mean, there's that. You know, I wish I could sing, but I love the fact that I get to work with all of y'all.
Yes.
And it always warms my heart when I do hire you guys and give y'all a paycheck. I mean, the money aside, but it's nice that because you, especially like people like you know, we grew up together.
Yeah, we did.
You know, I mean, what are the odds that, you know, from Sunday school or whatever it was, some camp. I remember it was some camp in PD lah.
Yeah.
I don't know what camp it was.
It was Iska, I think.
And you know Eugene as well, right?
Yeah. Eugene and I've known longer because Eugene and I
of course.
stay together.
Do you know Eugene is the one who pushed me hard for this?
Well done. Thanks.
And he's always on my case, you know.
Okay.
Like he keeps telling me, dude, I've been telling you this from day one. I've been telling you this from day one. So I'm like, so ever since I started the carpool thing, he's like, I told you. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay lah, Mr. Lim, thank you. Our very own Black Chinaman.
Yes.
At some point, I need to interview him lah, because he's always, you know, Mr. Film Producer, you know, crisscrossing here, there, everywhere. But it's so
trotter. Both of y'all.
It's amazing, you know, how, you know, like even Mark Darren, did you know? Yeah, like, you know, just his story and what he's doing with his agency. I think it's, you know, the reason I'm doing this as well is just to pull out all of y'all with your stories, because I think it's about empowering, right? Everybody's been hearing me go on and on about empowering, but every single person I bring on the show is because you have a story. And it's not about how you've started, but it's about how well, none of us are finished.
No, but it's the journey.
It's the journey, and it's how we keep doing it, we keep reinventing the wheel. And I highly think that you need to be disruptive.
Okay.
You need to disrupt what you do.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
And the fact that you told me that little thing that you're doing, I'm like, you know, and then obviously you see my man, I went into overdrive. But I think you could be onto something, you know. Especially if people enjoy your food lah.
Yeah, that's the
Or they're just being nice.
Well, nobody said anything bad, and I have friends who were like, no, this doesn't work. So they're not being nice.
So
They'll tell me straight up.
can you imagine you merge a song into the dish? So there's a reason that dish exists with that song. So then it really becomes, then you can do a Malaysian thing. Like, Chef One really blew it out the water over the years. But you could do something a little different. Like whatever you've been doing that you genuinely enjoy cooking, and then you add soul into it.
Yeah, why not?
That's really soul food.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey.
Alright.
Hey.
Hey, that's 2 now, dude.
That's you right there, huh? Soul food. Because, you are full on a soul singer.
Thank you, I've tried. Would like to hope.
No, but you could be onto something there,
Yeah, it does sound really, really...
Make it very bespoke. So not for every Tom, Dick and Harry.
Nah, yeah.
But...
Pakcik.
dipersilakan.
Yes. By all means, take your time. Bye.
But I think you should look into it,
Yeah, why not? It sounds like a good plan.
You could even do it at home. It's just that you dress it up a little bit so that when people come over, so you do the private kitchen thing.
Yeah.
But I think, word gets out that Elvira Arul is potentially quite the chef. And she's doing soul food. I honestly...
I don't know about chef lah, but that freaks me out a bit already.
No, but soul
so
food.
Like, okay.
Think about what you enjoy best. You could do that.
Yeah, why not?
You could be onto something.
I could, yeah.
And like I said, I could link you up with Jeff.
Why not?
My private kitchen buddy.
Why not?
And then take it from there.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see a spot right there. So let's just pull in there and.
Why not?
So ladies and gentlemen, this is Elvira Arul, and for those of you who don't know, you need to be shot in the head because she's Malaysia's very own soul queen.
Thank you.
I honestly think so. I don't think anyone else can dethrone you from that one. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure, Elvira, and I really hope someone will gain something from your story.
I hope so.
And we're looking forward to soul food lah, twisted metal lah. I don't know, like something, and then the album. I want the bloody album soon.
Yes, we shall be
22 years in singing showbiz, and she's still not cut an album. Single. Time for her to get out of that comfort zone.
It's true. I do.
Get out of the comfort zone.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, folks. So this is Elvira Arul. I'll share more of who she is and what she does when I do post this video. Stay tuned, and don't forget she did something. What do you call it? Oh my God.
What did she do?
No, as in the song that you gave for us. Oh my God, I'm trying to... acapella! Oh geez Louise, I forgot what I was trying to say. So anyways, lost my train of thought there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 12? Yes, of the Jiggee Jon show. Losing track of all my wonderful guests. But finally, we're getting more girls on the show. It's been too many dudes lately. More girl power coming on. Over and out.